Hi, friends. Welcome back to Library Time with Miss Dash. I'm super excited for this week because we are going to be having a little focus on Filipino culture, which I'm Filipino, so this should be really fun. This week's book is called Pandesal Saves the Day, a Filipino children's story. It is in Tagalog and English. I will probably be mostly reading the English and kind of saying some of the words in Tagalog, but you're gonna have to make fun of my pronunciation in the comments. Okay, everyone ready? Let's do it. Pandesal saves the day. Okay, here we go. Oh, stuck together. Oh, house. Of all the kids in school, Pandesal felt that she was the unluckiest. She did not like the way she looked. Her skin was too dark, she hated her flat nose, and she found her oblong face weird. Besides, who ever heard of a girl named Pandesal anyway? How she envied her classmates. There was Croissant with her golden brown skin, tall nose, and curves in all the right places. And there was Danish, who looked so fair and neat with beauty marks here and there, and that reminded Pandesal of sweet raisins. Oh, Danish, I get it. Muffin's skin was brown too, but unlike Pandesal, it had a luster that glowed and made her look so attractive. Many people in school liked Muffin because she was so sweet. Some people thought Donut had a rather odd shape, but it didn't matter because he always impressed people with his rich wardrobe. Sometimes he came to school in all white, much like the frosting on a cake. And other times, Donut wore chocolate-colored outfits or clothes the shade of strawberry milkshake. Honey Bread was popular too. She got her name from her glossy complexion, which was exactly the same shade as honey. Honey often got into sticky situations, but since she was so nice, everyone always forgave her. Her brother, Super Bread, was probably the fairest boy in class, was very smart too. He always had the right answers to everything. Their cousin Breadstick was very tall and slim, and she was sure that she was going to be a famous fashion model someday. All of Pandesal's classmates lived in beautiful homes. Croissant's parents had a lovely chalet on the hilltop with a sweeping view of the countryside from one long end to one long end. Honey and Superbread lived in a cozy cottage surrounded by a garden of roses, daisies, and sunflowers. Muffin lived in a ranch house with windows framed by pink and white curtains that cascaded all the way down to the hardwood floor. And Pandesal, poor me, she thought every time she went home to the nipa hut she shared with her parents and younger brothers. Not only that, she had to walk to school every day across a rice field, past a river, and up and down the hillsides. At first, her father walked with her to school, but when she learned the way, she had to go alone. After days of doing that, her legs no longer ached, and she even found a secret trail that cut through the meadows and brought her to school much faster. Their nipa hut had bamboo slats for floor and doors made of sawali. Sometimes the cold wind would blow through the flimsy walls, so to keep warm, Pandesal and her brothers would huddle under the blankets that their grandmother had woven for them. On weekends and after school, Pandesal had to do her share of the household chores. She washed all the dishes by hand with water from a pail that her father fetched from a nearby well. To polish the floor, Pandesal and her mother used large leaves plucked from a tree, which removed all the dirt and made the floor look so shiny and bright. Television and radio are way too expensive for them, so for entertainment, the family would sing together in the evenings. Their mother taught Pandesal and her brothers all the songs she had learned as a child, and the family would often gather after supper to hear her sing of immortal love, of the happy life in the countryside, and of an old pair of wooden shoes. Pandesal was gifted with her mother's lovely singing voice. In school, music was her favorite subject, and she would have joined the glee club, except she was too shy to audition. Neither did Pandesal and her brothers have expensive toys. Instead, they made their own games. They loved running in the open fields surrounding their nipa hut, climbing up trees and playing sipa. Pandesal and her brothers had different kinds of sipa at home, which they would make out of old newspapers or brown paper bags. Pandesal's favorite sipa was a dainty pink and white one, which she made out of the paper buntings left over from the town fiesta. Often, when they finished the chores early, Pandesal and her brothers would play sipa in their backyard. She became so good at it that she could kick the sipa up in the air all of 100 times without letting it fall on the ground. Like hacky sack, I guess. One day, the class went on a field trip with their teacher, Miss Flowers. The school driver, Meng Baking, drove them to a nature park where they could learn all about trees, flowers, and insects. There, they saw all kinds of fruit trees like mango and star apple, flowering plants like rosal and sempaguita, as well as colorful dragonflies, butterflies, ladybugs, and grasshoppers. Pandesal knew most of these creatures because they were plentiful in the fields where she and her brothers played on weekends. Eek! Croissant shouted when the wiggling insect landed on her. Don't be afraid, Pandesal said. It's only a dragonfly. Look, I can even catch it, and it won't bite. Pandesal closed her thumb and forefinger on the dragonfly's wings and held it up for Croissant to see. Gross, Croissant said as she looked away. But by this time, Superbread and Donut had joined them and were fascinated by the dragonfly. Wow, you're brave, said Superbread, and Pandesal felt strangely proud of herself, though it was really no big deal. By one time, she'd even caught a whole army of dragonflies, which she kept in a bottle before setting them free. When it came time for lunch, they all sat down on the picnic grounds and opened their lunch boxes. Out came the hamburgers and french fries and the spaghetti, fried chicken, and pizza, all neatly wrapped in aluminum foil. Croissant had a cheese souffle, and Breadstick brought fettuccine with cream sauce. Suddenly, Pandesal felt ashamed of her brown paper bag. In it, she had rice, fish broiled with tomatoes and onions, and chicken adobo, all wrapped in banana leaves. Her mother had made sure Pandesal brought plenty of food so she could share them with her classmates, and her brothers had tucked in some bananas, which they had picked from the tree in their backyard. Pandesal loved this food, but compared to those of her classmates, the rice and the fish and the adobo and the bananas suddenly looked so humble. Aren't you going to eat, Miss Flowers? Asked Pandesal. I forgot my bone, she lied. Oh, but you must eat or you'll go hungry. Here, have some of my barbecue. Miss Flowers gave her slices of charcoal broiled pork on bamboo skewers. Have some fettuccine, Breadstick offered, and some fried chicken, said Donut. Soon everyone was sharing their bone with her. Bone? Pandesal felt grateful and sad at the same time. If only she could share her food with her classmates too. When lunch was over, the children piled into the bus, and Mang Baking got into the driver's seat to take them back to school. They had driven only for a few minutes when suddenly the bus stopped. Mang Baking got out and looked at the engine. He poked and he tapped and he poked and he tapped, but he could not figure out what was wrong. They were on a lonely country road with no house in sight. Finally, he decided to go for help. Stay here while I look for the nearest gas station, Mang Baking told Miss Flowers and the children. At first, they all sat very still, but before long, everyone grew restless. Mang Baking sure is taking a long time, Danish complained. I'm bored, complained Honeybread. I wish there was something we could do. Why don't we play a game, Miss Flowers suggested. But what game? Honeybread asked. We didn't bring our computer games and stuff. And I forgot my frisbee, Donut said. I have my SEPA, Pandesal suddenly volunteered. SEPA? Everyone turned to look at Pandesal. What in the world is that? It's a little toy. Pandesal suddenly wished she hadn't spoken. Well, show it to us, said Miss Flowers. We may be able to learn to play it too. Pandesal fished out the SEPA from her pocket. It was her favorite SEPA, the frilly pink and white one she had made from the paper buntings left over from the town fiesta. Far out, said Danish, but how do you play it? Everyone got down from the bus so Pandesal could show them how. She kicked the SEPA up in the air with her foot once, twice, several more times until she reached a count of 20. Wow, that's really neat, said Muffa. Can I try it too? Soon everyone was having fun playing with the SEPA. This sure is a great game, Breadstick said. And it's good exercise too, Superbread pointed out. Even Miss Flowers tried the SEPA a few times and laughed when she could only reach a score of 10. But everyone marveled when Pandesal was able to kick the pink Sipa up in the air all of 100 times. Wow, you sure are great at playing Sipa, Breadstick said. I've had lots of practice. Oh, I can't speak today. Pandesal explained, remembering all those times when she and her brothers played Sipa on the weekends. After the game, everyone was hungry again, but they had all eaten their lunch and had nothing left to eat. Pandesal spoke up once more. I have some food in my paper bag if you want them, she offered shyly. Well, take it out and we can all share them, Miss Flowers said. Pandesal opened the banana leaves and spread out the rice, the broiled fish, and the adobo. Hey, this is yummy, said Donut as he spooned a bit of adobo and some rice. I never tasted such great food in my life. The others also loved the broiled fish and feasted on the sweet bananas. Fresh fruit is good for the health, Superbread told everyone between mouthfuls of food. Why didn't you tell us you brought along some food? Miss Flowers asked Pandesal. I was too ashamed, Pandesal admitted. Thought you might find this food yucky. Kids used to make fun of my food all the time in elementary school and high school, especially when I brought in, those deep fried crunchy anchovies. They're so good, but yeah, kids would make fun of my lunches a lot whenever I brought in Asian food. That's just from Miss Dash, not from book. Okay, back to the book. Oh, but this is a great change from all the souffles, quiches, and bisques that we have at home. You should give us the recipes, said Croissant. Pandesal glowed. How wonderful to be able to share something with her classmates. After they'd eaten, the children sat cozily together to rest and wait for Mang baking. Who knows how to sing? Miss Flowers asked. Not me, Muffin croaked. I almost flunked music. Not me either, Superbread admitted. I'd rather play Scrabble. Perhaps Pandesal can sing, suggested Danish. I heard her humming once in school. Soon Pandesal was singing a kundiman. Aw. Pandesal sang and sang all the songs her mother taught her. Oh, these are some songs. It says, because of you, I want to live, because of you until I die. In the meadows, there is no sadness. All the days are full of happiness. This one says, your wooden shoes, Nang, are old and faded, but they bear the marks of your tears, sweetheart. Memories returned. Leron, sweetheart, seeds of the papaya, carrying a basket to put in the ripe fruits. Oh, I'll have to get a piano in here someday or a guitar and play these. The children were in turn amused and amazed at Pandesal's songs. They had no idea that their classmate, who hardly spoke a word to anyone, could sing so beautifully. They clapped after every song and sat on the edge of their seats so they could hear Pandesal better. Before long, her beautiful voice lulled them into sweet slumber. Pandesal, you sing so well. You must join the Glee Club, Miss Flowers suggested. On Monday, I'll accompany you to Miss Kanta personally and tell her what a great singing voice you have. Oh, thank you, Miss Flowers, said Pandesal. I've always wanted to join the Glee Club, only I was too shy to try out. Nonsense, said Miss Flowers. You needn't be afraid. Just now you've made your classmates so happy with your songs. Think about what you can do for a bigger crowd. Soon Mang Baking arrived with a mechanic. They poked and tapped the engine, and finally the bus hummed to life. They were on their way back to school. Pandesal, you saved the day, Miss Flowers said as they got down from the bus. You've taught us a great game, fed us delicious food, and sang for us many beautiful songs. You're one of my best students in class. That's for sure, Breadstick, Croissant, and Danish chorused. You're all right, the others exclaimed. That afternoon, Pandesal rushed to their Nipa hut, her heart full of happiness and joy. She no longer felt like the odd one out at school. For now she felt unique, a person like no other, with something wonderful she can share with others. And she can finally join the Glee Club. Maybe I like the name Pandesal after all, she told herself as she helped her mother prepare their supper. Aw. And then here we have a list of all the names, all the breads and pastries that they used as names. And here's an explanation of what Pandesal is. It is an oval-shaped bun that's just slightly salty. Translated from Spanish, it means bread of salt. It has a brown top and soft, fluffy interior. It's sometimes called the national bread of the Philippines. They also do like panda ube and panda coco. Panda ube has like taro inside. So it's like a purple root. It's really, really good, sweet. They also do pan de coco, which is coconut like puree inside. Puree just means like squishy stuff inside. Um, I've also seen red bean or red bean pandesal. Beans are used in desserts a lot in the Philippines and in Asia in general, and it's really good. So yeah, that is Pandesal Saves the Day. Hope you guys had fun. Hope you learned a little something. Hope to see you back here. Drop in the comments whether you've ever tried Pandesal or what your favorite bread is or whatever you like. Okay, bye.